What I got out of participation is when I went to a trust meeting board, and it was very spontaneous. Like, I had no idea I was going to be there, so I was literally thrown in the deep end. And we were talking about ROMs, and I said something. What I talked about was the importance of how to present ROMs. So I gave an example of me attending a job interview, and everyone in the room was incredibly nervous, and that made me to become incredibly anxious and caused me to leave. And I said, if clinicians present ROMs negatively, like, oh, I'm sorry for this, and giving a kind of a bad attitude towards giving out ROMs, that's going to reflect on young people, and young people are going to feel, oh, I shouldn't put a lot of effort into ROMs, because if the clinician doesn't want me to put, if the clinician isn't passionate about it, then I shouldn't be passionate about it. And one of the important people there looked at another person and gave that look of like, see, I told you, this young person is right, we need to do this.
For me, what I've got out of participation is it's really grown my confidence. I don't know where I would be today if it wasn't for being involved in participation. I certainly wouldn't be doing the things that I am. Mm-hmm. I would still be a really shy person. So really it's been sort of like another form of therapy for me. So
accidentally.
Yeah, like it's surprising, but actually being like a valued person who has important experience feels really good, and for the tables to be turned, and for adults to be listening to the young people, and for us to be teaching them, it's just it's really weird. Really, I value most about someone who is honest and trustworthy. I like someone to be personal with me, because when you are having therapy, you tell one person a lot about yourself, and it's quite strange to be in a therapeutic relationship where you don't know anything about the person you're talking to. And one thing that I really valued most was to be treated as a person and not just a case. So my therapist would ask me how I was, how my sister was, what was your weekend like, I heard you were going to the cinema or something. So she'd actually kind of care about that side of me, and not just, I come for therapy. Yeah. Just being personal and being honest about what was happening with the therapy and stuff, really important.
Yeah, same. Also, having a really strong relationship with the clinician, so not that kind of turnaround, like constant turnaround of clinicians leaving and a new one comes in, and then you have to build that relationship all over again. My clinician, I had her she was my primary nurse at hospital, and then she moved to the centre, and then I got discharged and moved to the centre, so we were able to keep that relationship. And that's what made my CAMHS experience so positive, was that I kind of kept that relationship with her. So I've been a part of participation for 3 years now. 3 years. I've done loads of recruitment and selection, presentations to the trust board and to clinicians. I've done this CYP IAPT Young Advisor for going into my 3rd year now. So started at wave 4 going into wave 6. Damn. Yeah, doing a lot of presentations, working with young people. Recently I went to Southwest London and St George's to support young people there into presenting to their trust board. So I was just there as a support, like young people look at me to if they wanted me to say something on behalf of them. So that's what I've done.
For me, mostly what I have done has been to do with research. So I'm from Cambridge, and we work closely with the University of Cambridge. So we work with researchers who are interested in doing research into mental health, and they use service users or previous service users from our trust in their research. And what's been so great about it is that I've been involved in so many research projects that haven't gone anywhere. And most recently I've done a project about transitions, where all of the young people were involved all the way through, and we were not just sort of called upon to say, is this okay, do you think this is a good idea? we came up with the idea, we carried it through, and now we're just finishing the last bits with pushing to get all the findings implemented into procedures that happen in CAMHS.
Definitely a key role in a way to improve the services. So that would be the clinician's first point of call, is to go to participation groups and to find out what young people want. It's not going to be it's going to be 50-50. It's going to be serious collaboration and not tokenistic. I mean, it's improved so much in the years. It used to be so tokenistic, and now it's a lot better. But to completely get rid of tokenism and make it young person led, that's what we want. That's my kind of dream anyway.
Yeah, in the future, I think participation should be used in absolutely everything that a service does. I almost feel like we should just scrap what we have right now and start again and use young people throughout everything. So whether that's interviewing, whether that's doing the website, everything should have participation involved in it. But also everywhere should have some form of participation, because at the moment it's very sort of hit and miss. Some places have lots of participation and others don't have any at all. So really, I think there needs to be some kind of middle ground where everyone has it and it's implemented throughout the whole country.